Hi everyone, it's Kathleen. We are here today to continue working on our turquoise sampler. I would like to create a little flower shape similar to what I created here in the Journal of Stitchery. I have a backing of wool, a honey-colored wool, and I have a crocheted piece. There is a snap sewed on here. And the stitches I've used, the dark gray here, they're bullion knots. And then these ecru colored are chain stitches with a bullion knot coming out of the top. So the first step I need to do, I want to make this little flower shape somewhere in here on my Battenberg. So this is a piece cut out from a doily, and that one in my book had two little pieces sticking out from it. This has just one. I'm going to work with this piece that I have, and I need I would like a honey piece of wool. Now where on earth? Oh, here we are. So I have, wool is very expensive, wool fabric, so I save absolutely every piece. So that is how wide. And I think I want it just a little bit bigger. So let's make a square. I'll measure this for you in a minute. So let's just, I'm comparing it to that one and making it a little bit smaller. So I'm making a square on one side. I don't want to waste any of this. Definitely save this yummy piece. And this is my scrap that I'm working with. I'm folding the corners. Straight on top, and I'm going to go up. So it's a shape like this. That, I'm going to save it. God knows if I might use it. So it's going to sit here. Where is my crocheted bit? And then we are going to place it down like that. And now we're going to sew on there. So that's the shape. I'm working on this one here. So I'm going to be doing little shapes like this. I don't have a snap handy, but I will be sewing a snap onto the center. I'm going to do a darker bullion knots. Let's just move this to the side. Let's find a spot for this. I saved these three pieces so I can see how I create my cutout piece. So I'm going to leave, I don't want to cover that up. Okay, we're going to put it right at the top there. Oh, what did I? These are the colors that I am using. I have two shades of honey. I love honey. Honey and turquoise, Caribbean blue look really lovely to me. So I have a lighter honey and a darker honey. So the darker honey is going to be for just the plain bullion knots. 1, 2, 3, 4 bullion knots. So let's get the dark one. 6 strands of embroidery floss. I don't know what number it is. Or maybe I do. This one does have a number. DMC 976 is the dark. So we are going to, and this lighter one does not have a number. So I am going to place this down so it just lines up in the corner like this. And there's a wrong side of crocheting and a right side. So I want my right side up like this. And I'm going to use a pin if I can see one. None there. Let's see what I have. And I'm just going to pin this down for myself so it doesn't move. I'm going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4 bullion knots. Make sure you're knotted at the back. And for a bullion knot, we come at the top. So this will be my top, if I can actually get myself here, in the top center of this opening of my crochet bit. And then I'm going to go down. I'm going to go, oh, I didn't go down that far. The heck. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to go from the top. There's a hole. I'm going to go to the top of the hole, and in between, there's stitches here. You see my crocheting? I'm going to go in between and down. But you know what? I want to anchor this. I'm going to change the way I do it. So I'm going to go, I came out the top, and I'm going to catch my crochet bit, and I'm going to go down right there. So there's quite a big bite that I'm going to take. So you come out the top, go down the bottom, and then you pull your thread to the left and come out that same hole, but try not to pierce your thread. There I am. And I am going to make sure that my tail is small. I'm going to bring I have lots of the needle coming out, but it's still stuck inside. And I'm going to bring my thread behind my needle. I'm going to do wraps. I need a length to cover at least that. So let's try 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Push down. That's not enough. This length is not covering that, so that's only 9. Let's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's do 19. 19 wraps. Make sure they're even. You're going to squeeze the needle with the wraps, and you're going to pull your needle forward. If I didn't say, I'm using a milliner's needle, size 1. Oh, and I see it's a little bit tight. So to get it looser, I'm going to drag my finger towards the threads towards my fingernail. You see I'm dragging it this way. And squeeze. Oh, they're tight. They shouldn't be that tight. I'm still squeezing. I'm never letting go. Squeeze. And squeeze. And you pull that down. You can see that they're looser here and they're tighter at the tip. They should all be the same. So we're going to try a better, and you go down the hole that you came up in. So you go down the bottom hole. You have a top hole and a bottom hole. Go down the bottom hole and pull. That's the first one. I'm going to tie a knot because I have to go over a little ways. So I don't want this to untighten or move. So I tied a knot at the back. You always come up at the top, go down at the bottom. So I'm going to make it my next one. I'm going to come up at the top. And now I'm going to go down that long ways. I'm going to come up. Make sure I don't puncture my thread. Give myself a long needle. Still keep my needle in the fabric. Bring my thread to the back. And I did 19, so let's keep doing 19 wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's pull them down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull them down. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Down. 16, 17, 18, 19. Down. And I want to make sure that they're not too tight. And squeeze and pull. and I'm placing it down. I always place my bullion knots, my fabric I'm working on my surface, laying flat, and continue to pull. You never let go of those wraps. Pull until it's tight. That looks beautiful. And go down the bottom hole again. Oh, not too much thread left. Hopefully I can do another one. So you come up the top. I'm going to position my work a little bit. And I'm going to go, it's going to go down pretty well in the same hole here. And go up. Don't puncture your thread. Bring your thread to the back. You have to be careful. Look at that. I'm just about out of my eye of my needle. And we need 19 wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push down. 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Make sure they're not too tight. Okay, one went above, one went underneath. I just want to make sure that the last one is on the top. Okay, so now I'm going to, those are my wraps, push all the way down, squeeze, and pull the needle through. Make sure you don't get caught on anything. Lay your fabric down and pull it tight, and you have it there. I ran out of thread here, so I'm going to go down the same hole and tie myself off. Very nice. And because this is wool, I like to anchor it just underneath the wool and cut it off. I need some more of this dark to finish off this last one. These are 6. They're already pre-cut in lengths because it came in some sort of a kit that someone had discarded. So I, of course, picked it up and am giving it a new home in my stitching. Wrap that up there, put it to the side, and thread our needle because we have one more of these to do for our design. Tie a knot in the back. Take our needle. Where are we here? So we're going to come up right here. And we are going to go down here and come up. Oh, I'm puncturing the crochet bit, so I gotta move that out of the way. Okay, come up the same hole that you went down, up the top hole, and we're gonna do 19 wraps again. Bring a needle to the thread to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Make sure they're not too tight because you won't be able to get it off the needle. Squeeze always and never let go. Push your needle through and pull. This is where we place our fabric down, and we're pulling it towards the bottom hole and making sure that their thread is pulled through. Go down the same hole at the bottom, and we are finished the 4 bullion knots. Tie it off with a knot and secure it through the wool fabrics, the wool fibers, and cut it off. Put that golden one to the side, the darker one. And we're going to get our lighter colored. Make sure you have a knot in the back. And what we're going to do here with the lighter color, we're going to be doing these a chain stitch and then a bullion knot extending from the chain stitch. So let's go. Where do I want to go? And I'm going to be going on 1, 2, underneath here. So am I coming up here? I'm just trying to see where I did this guy here. At the top here. Okay. So when we do a chain stitch, we start at the bottom. So let's find where are we going to make this. At the bottom of this bullion, the left bullion knot, in between these crocheted bits, this is where I'm going to start my chain stitch. So it's going to look in the back, and I don't want to stab the crocheted bit, and I am. Shootermaroo. Oh. Okay, maybe that will help me. Let's find. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I'm up in between those two crochet bits. So I'm making a chain stitch. A chain stitch, I position my thread clockwise, up and around. I go down the same hole, and this, you can see these three come together at the top. The crocheted bits come together at the top. So I am going to look back at my precedent and see where I have it. It's higher. I'm going to have it right on the tip of that crocheted bit. So come on. Okay, that's the tip of my crocheted bit. So I'm just working with what I have. So I bring the thread around the needle. I'm actually going to take this pin out because it's causing me grief. I'm making a chain stitch. Go down the bottom, come up the top, wrap my thread clockwise under the needle, and I'm going to pull to get a chain. And you have to make sure it doesn't get caught on that bullion knot. Okay, there we are, a nice chain stitch. Now we are going to do a bullion knot. So to do the bullion knot, I am going to turn my work upside down, because when you create a bullion knot, you start at the top and you go down at the bottom and you come up at the top again at that same hole. Bring your thread to the back, and we're making a bullion knot right now. Let's try 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 16. 17, 18, 19. Make sure that they're the same tightness. Position our finger and our thumb and squeeze and pull our needle through. Put our fabric down and pull the thread till it's tight. And we go down that bottom hole and pull through. Oh, I got a knot here. Okay, when you have a knot like this, pull this, and if it makes it tighter, like I pull both ends, it's tighter. Oh my God, what do? You stick your needle in the loop, and it's either the left thread or the right thread. Trial and error. So pull the left, and it's getting rid of. Squeeze. My knot is now fixed. and pull. There we are. So that's done. Look at how beautiful that is. Just gorgeous. We're going to do the next one. Because I'm going to be moving, traveling a little ways with my thread, I'm going to knot the back. So we're going to do another chain stitch. So I turned my work and I want to start my chain exactly the same spot right here, and I'm making a chain stitch. So my thread goes up and around clockwise down the same hole, and I'm working with this group of 3 crocheted bits. I want to come up right here, so right at the tip of where those 3 crocheted bits meet, stick my thread through. I'm making a chain stitch, so I wrap my thread around my needle and I pull. That's a chain stitch right there. Beautiful chain stitch. Turn your work. Now we're doing a bullion knot. We have to turn our work because you bullion knot, you come out the top and you go down the bottom. So let's go down. I want to stay on this. You see how I'm lining up the end of the tip of the chain and down. So I want to come up the same hole, and now I'm going to do, I forgot, did I say 19? Let's try 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got to pull my needle, push it through a little bit more. 14, I think. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. If it's 1 or more less, it wouldn't really matter. So squeeze, push your needle through, pull your needle through, try not to get hooked. I always put it down, my fabric I'm working on down, move my fingers towards the bottom hole and squeeze some more until it's tight. Look for that bottom hole and go down and pull. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I don't have enough to do another bullion knot, so I'm just going to tie it off. Go underneath my threads. Cut that off. I'm going to save this bit because maybe I can do a French knot or something with that. And we're going to look at this while I get some more. Look at how pretty that is. I like working with different shades of the tans, honey, ivory, and ecru. So we're working with the lighter shade. Getting another thread and tying this out of the way. Okay, a knot. Squeezing them so they're flat. Pushing them in. Okay, so we did 2. We have I did a little different. I'm going to do the one on the other side, so I'm getting confused with this center one. So let's do this one here. I'm going to, on the right hand side, I'm going to do it exactly like that and come up. Oh, I wanted to go in between here. In between those 2 crocheted bits. Okay, so let's make a chain stitch. Thread around, up and around clockwise, down the same hole, and I'm coming up at the tip of this crocheted 3 together, thread around my needle, push the needle through so my chain lays flat, turn my work upside down because a bullion knot comes out the top and goes down the bottom. So I'm lining my needle up with the bottom of that chain, the top of the chain, and continuing it to about there, pulling my thread to the side and holding it so I can come up in the same hole but not piercing my thread. Bring my thread to the back, and I want to do, what did I say, 19? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Do you see how much thread it uses? Lots. So I'm squeezing those loops around my needle and pulling my thread through, laying this down, making sure I don't get tangled, squeezing it until I pull my thread, and down the same hole. There, that looks so pretty. I'm going to tie it up because I'm moving my thread quite a ways. Turning my thread, my work again. Look at how beautiful that's looking. Just gorgeous. And I'm going to do another one of these stitches, a combination stitch. It's a chain with a bullion knot, so you come out at the bottom. It's laying flat. Come out at the bottom. We're making a chain, so your thread goes up and around clockwise, go down the same hole, and I want to come up at the tip of that crocheted 3 together. I'm making a chain, so the thread just wraps around the needle, and I pull until the thread lies straight. I'm turning my work because a bullion knot, you come out the top and you go down the bottom. So I'm just lining my needle up and pushing my needle. Can't see where my needle's going. Can't feel it either. Where are you, needle? Oh boy, that's a tough baby. I must be going through the crochet bit. Okay, here we are. Now we are going, this is a long tail. I have to pull the thread from my eye so the tail is small. Move my thread behind my needle, and I'm going to do 19 wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Squeeze. Place this down. And pull it tight. Very nice. Okay. Tie a knot, and I don't have enough thread, so I'm tying a knot and anchoring it underneath the wool. And nope, not enough to make a French knot. Okay, let's have a look at this. You see where we're going with this? This is the one that I made in my Journal of Stitchery. Isn't that beautiful? Just love that. Colors make a big difference, even in the same type of stitches. So looks like I went, there's these, I'm going to say there's a V in the center. V, two two bullion knots that form a V. My chain stitch is going to go to the left with a bullion, to the right with a bullion, and up the center with a bullion. So that is just gorgeous. So we need more of this gold thread. Geez, that is really pretty. I might leave that because I like to see the V's. It kind of gets lost in here, and that way it reminds me that I have V's on the side. For my sampler, I'm going to leave that. And let's select a snap. I'm going to use, I have some big ones and some small ones. I have, because I want to get the best bang for my buck. So this is made of two parts, a flat part and a rigid top part, a bottom and a top. I'm going to put see how it looks different. That's the top, and this is the bottom. The bottom is smaller. Oh, where's my tweezers? So that's a small one. Wow, that really stands out, doesn't it? And this is little. I'm going to save my little one for something else, and I'm just going to work with black or silver. Let's have a look. Do I have any that are just singles? Okay, this is a, I must have glue on here. I've been working on journaling, picking up. Okay, is that a top and a bottom? Okay, this is a larger bottom. You see the silver, you can really see a difference. There's silver, and then there's black. I like the black. If you like the silver, put a silver here. It's whatever you like. I'm going to use black. Even though I have silver. Oh, I have silver there. Oh, I do have some pewter. Let's see, this is that's black. This is more of a, what do you call that, copper? Let's use copper. I'm going to put the black away. Yes, prerogative, I can change my mind. I'm going to use the top half. That's more like a black. There's someone coming to pick up metals. So my husband's a metal mounter. So let's, talking in the background. So I'm going to sew this on off camera. I'm going to leave this as it is, and I am going to sew on this little snap like this. I'm going to 2 anchor stitches, and I'm going to just anchor my bottom on. This is going to be loose. So everything else here is going to be loose. So I'm going to tack on that snap, and I'm going to position this in the center, and I'm just going to tack that on. So that's all I have for you today. So enjoy your little flower stitching. Bye for now.